My dear child, my chosen one. The heavens whispered your name today so softly, yet so powerfully that the angels had no choice but to rush this message into your hands. Congratulations, your miracle has already begun to move toward you. And Archangel Michael himself is standing unwavering, declaring that nothing, no matter how strong or loud, will prevent you from receiving it. Every word you read now carries a spark, an energy designed to unlock what you've been waiting for. Do you feel that fluttering in your heart? That is not fear, it is recognition. Your spirit is sensing what the human eyes cannot yet see. Mountains are being shifted for you at this very instant. Doors that seemed locked forever are opening. Time itself is bending in your favor. Blessings that were once hidden are now marked with your name. Michael is urging, do not turn away, stop scrolling, do not treat this lightly. This is not an ordinary message, this is your divine appointment. Pause for a moment, just breathe. In this single breath, light is being poured onto your path, quietly altering outcomes that once seemed impossible. And if your heart is doubting, whispering, could this really be for me, remember, you wouldn't even be reading these words unless heaven had arranged every step to bring you here. Before I continue, I ask with tenderness, stay close. Remain in this divine current, subscribe to this channel of messages if you need to, because every word is a lifeline, a key, a doorway. The delays you felt, the answers you thought were denied, they are all being rewritten. Someone you thought lost forever, heaven is already orchestrating the restoration. Do not underestimate Michael, he doesn't appear casually. He comes as a shield, a sword, a protector of what has been designated for you. He declares now, your blessing is secure. Your promise cannot be erased. Your miracle cannot be taken unless you turn away. And I know you will not, because I can feel your spirit leaning forward, hungry, ready, alert and open. Even as you read, light is breaking into the corners of your life you thought were sealed. Old chains are cracking. Generational patterns are being cleansed. The miracle is not coming, it is here, quietly unfolding, waiting only for your recognition. Stay with me, beloved, for what comes next will reveal the truth. Your struggles, your pain, your waiting, all of it has been a preparation for this single radiant moment. From the first breath you drew, heaven set this in motion, something so precise that even the storms of your past could not hinder it. Now Archangel Michael stands before you, declaring that the waiting is over. Your miracle is not approaching, it is already present in the unseen, reshaping the air, adjusting circumstances and touching lives in ways you cannot yet measure. That's why your heart may feel quicker, your chest tighter, your mind more alert. This is no ordinary message, this is your divine invitation, scheduled long before you ever thought it possible. Michael insists, my child, you cannot ignore this. Even distractions that seem trivial are strategically placed to see if you will finish reading. Chains will snap, doors will fly open, the impossible will become visible. He is here guarding what was meant for you, and because you stayed, because you leaned in, heaven is moving something that will never close again. Do you realize how unique this moment is? Out of millions, you were chosen. God spoke your name among the hosts of heaven, and Michael responded immediately. When angels move like this, it signals a shift that is permanent. Your miracle, like a river once circling you from afar, has now reached the shores of your life. Hold every word close, for each carries light meant for your heart. If you leave too soon, you may miss the single phrase that solidifies your confirmation. But if you remain, if you allow the energy to fill you completely, it will flow through you like warmth rushing into frozen veins. Heaven does not ask you to work harder, beg longer, or prove yourself. This is not earned, it is a gift. Your only task is to accept it fully. You are not here by accident. Heaven's precision brought you to this point. Archangel Michael stands beside you, exclaiming, "Rejoice. Your season of waiting has ended. Your miracle is alive." From the moment you opened this message, something shifted in the unseen. The gates that were stuck are now stirring. Michael holds his sword, not to strike, but to protect the gift hovering above you. It is standing at your threshold. Your spirit senses it, and your heart is restless because it knows this is the proof you've been seeking that heaven has never forgotten you. Do not dismiss this. The nights of tears, the prayers whispered in doubt, the silence you endured, they were never denial. They were preparation. Threads were being woven into a plan you could not yet see. The miracle was being built piece by piece, and Michael's presence ensured that nothing, not one thief or fear, could intercept it. Even now as you read, the unseen is rearranging. Obstacles are moving. Opportunities are converging. Doors you thought were gone forever are creaking open. And super thanks, you can now witness the river of grace flowing into every area of your life. Your heart will recognize it. Your soul will rejoice. And you will know that everything, every delay, every moment of doubt, every tear was leading to this unveiling. Beloved, this is not imagination, this is reality breaking through into your life. What has been hidden is becoming visible. What was delayed is arriving. What was denied is being rewritten. And as the words settle in your spirit, know this, you are standing in the miracle. The season of waiting is over, and your life is stepping into the light you have been destined for. Receive it, breathe it, let it fill every corner of your being, for heaven has been silent no longer, and Archangel Michael stands guard ensuring that nothing steals this moment away. My beloved child, feel the weight of this moment pressing in, not as a burden, but as a sacred invitation. The currents of heaven are moving in ways your eyes cannot yet track. Every pause in your life, every delay, every door that seemed permanently closed, was part of a divine choreography designed to bring you here, to this threshold. Archangel Michael stands not at a distance, but close enough that you could feel the warmth of his presence, the pulse of his purpose echoing alongside your own heartbeat. He is not simply watching, he is holding, guarding, and guiding, ensuring that nothing you have been waiting for is lost to distraction or doubt. Do you feel that gentle vibration inside you? That is the confirmation of what is unseen. That trembling is not fear, it is recognition, beloved. Your spirit is saying, I know this is real, I have been waiting for this. Every prayer you whispered in the middle of nights too dark to name, every silent tear, every moment you believed it might never happen, those were not forgotten. They were collected by heaven, stored in light, and now they are transforming into something tangible. This miracle is not arriving as a trickle, it is coming as a flood. Provision you thought impossible is rushing to meet you. Doors you thought locked shut are swinging open before you can even reach for the handle. And people who seemed indifferent, absent, or opposed are being moved to act in ways that align perfectly with your blessing. Michael whispers now, do not underestimate what is occurring in this very second. Even as you breathe, even as your eyes skim these words, the unseen is rearranging itself to accommodate the fullness of your miracle. Look closely at your recent days. Every distraction, every unexpected interruption, every moment that seemed inconvenient, was actually a setup. A setup for you to be exactly where you need to be, to recognize the arrival of your gift. The universe has bent itself around your faithfulness. What you thought was an ordinary day has been a part of a grand unseen strategy that now culminates in this hour. And listen, my child, this is not only about what arrives externally. Your inner life is being transformed simultaneously. Light is filling the corners of your soul that you believed were too dark to illuminate. Healing is sweeping through wounds you thought were permanent. Forgiveness is arriving where bitterness tried to take root. And hope is no longer just a fragile ember, it is a roaring flame ready to ignite the next chapters of your life. Think of the obstacles you faced, the moments of despair that tried to convince you to give up. Those were not signs of abandonment. They were tests of endurance, shaping a foundation sturdy enough to hold this miracle when it came. Every no, every closed door, every delay, they were scaffolding, lifting you higher, and preparing you to recognize the gift the moment it appears. And now the scaffolding is dissolving. What once seemed impossible is now within reach. You do not need to struggle to claim it. You only need to open your hands, open your heart and receive. Even now as you read, Michael is moving unseen currents in your favor. He is clearing paths, silencing opposition and ensuring that the alignment required for your miracle is complete. This is why you feel that unexplainable pull, that sudden rush of energy. It is heaven moving in ways that cannot be ignored. Beloved, notice how your heart races, how your spirit leans in closer. That is confirmation. That is your soul recognizing that something sacred is arriving. It is no longer a question of if, it is the certainty of when, and the when is now. Every person who doubted you, every circumstance that seemed to block your way, is now being used to validate your arrival. The miracle you have been waiting for is already in motion. It is circling you like a river that knows its course perfectly. It cannot be diverted. It cannot be stopped. And Archangel Michael is holding it in place, ensuring that it reaches you without loss, without delay, and without opposition succeeding. His tears now are not of sorrow, they are the joyful weight of fulfillment. The weight of a promise kept. My beloved, this is your confirmation, what you thought was lost, delayed or broken is now being restored beyond expectation. Generational chains are being loosed. Pain that once seemed permanent is being healed. And all of it is flowing into you with a precision that only heaven can orchestrate. Do not diminish it, do not question it, do not step away from the light that is saturating every line you are reading. Every word is a vessel carrying blessings directly to your hands. Every pause, every breath you take while reading this, is a channel for miracles to enter your life. You have arrived at a rare threshold, one that millions will never reach, and yet here you are. Chosen, called and positioned perfectly to receive what has been reserved for you. Let yourself feel the magnitude of it. Let the awareness of your readiness anchor the blessing into place. And as it anchors, notice how your environment begins to shift. The seemingly immovable circumstances begin to bend. Opportunities present themselves suddenly. People act in alignment with your destiny without realizing the divine orchestration. The miracle is alive, and it is breathing in your atmosphere, moving toward you with unstoppable force. Do not underestimate what happens when Michael speaks, and when God commands. This is not casual, this is not ordinary. This is the affirmation that your faith, your endurance, and your quiet persistence have been recognized in heaven. The miracle is yours because you have remained faithful, even when the path seemed invisible. Now every hidden work, every unseen preparation, every whispered prayer is converging into a single moment of revelation. Receive it fully, receive it with gratitude, receive it with the confidence that nothing can remove it from you. My beloved child, this is your season. The weight has lifted. The chains have snapped. The provision is coming. Healing is manifesting. Opportunities are appearing. Doors are opening. Hearts are changing. And the miracle, which once seemed distant, is now standing directly before you, waiting only for your full acceptance. My beloved child, this is not merely a message, it is the current of heaven itself flowing directly into your life. Can you feel it? That subtle vibration in your chest, the pressure in your spirit that says, something immense is happening. That is not imagination. That is the tangible weight of the miracle that has already arrived. Every struggle you endured, every season you felt unseen, every tear you thought was wasted has been transmuted into a ladder of blessing. And the angels led by Archangel Michael have been laying the rungs for you to climb into the fullness of your destiny. Michael is not only standing guard, he is moving with purpose, clearing unseen obstacles that would have slowed or diverted your miracle. The heaviness you felt, the fatigue that came without explanation, the doubts that tried to whisper lies, they were all temporary. They were the enemy's last attempt to keep you from the threshold. But you made it, you are here. And now every step you take forward is supported by the unseen hands of heaven. The currents of your life which once felt disjointed are now converging. Events that appeared separate are being woven into one seamless tapestry, perfectly tailored to your story. Do you feel your chest rising with expectation? That is your spirit sensing the nearness of what was promised. And what is coming is not partial, it is complete. It is the fullness of every answer, every restored hope, every open door you prayed for. Relationships that were fractured are being repositioned. Opportunities that seemed locked are being unsealed. The blessings that were delayed are now multiplied. This is the divine overflow. It is so powerful that your mind may struggle to contain it, yet your spirit will recognize it instantly. Beloved, heaven does not work in halves. When God moves, he moves in totality. And Michael's sword is not symbolic, it is a barrier and a bridge. It protects what is yours and simultaneously opens the pathway for it to reach you. The miracle standing at your doorstep is not a suggestion, it is a decree. And the only thing required is your readiness to receive. Do not doubt it, do not question its authenticity. Your hesitation is the last thing that could delay it, and even that is being softened by the river of light flowing into your heart as you read. Pause for a moment and feel the power of that light. Every crack in your soul, every place where fear or hopelessness had settled is being filled with clarity, peace, and assurance. You are being positioned not just to receive the blessing, but to step fully into your purpose with it. The areas of your life that you thought were broken beyond repair are being restored. Health, provision, relationships, spiritual clarity, and divine favor are all moving simultaneously to your side. And when this unfolds, it will not be quiet. It will arrive with unmistakable recognition so that even those who doubted you will know the hand of God has touched your life. Michael's tears tonight are of joy mixed with urgency, because he knows how rare it is for someone to stand at this threshold and not walk away. He has seen others falter at the final step, and he cries because he knows the magnitude of what can be lost if faith hesitates. But beloved, you are not hesitant. Your spirit has leaned forward instinctively, your soul drawn to this word like a compass pointing north. That is why the light is already touching the hidden corners of your life. Provision is being accelerated. Protection is being heightened. Favor is being repositioned. And the chains that held your spirit captive are breaking now, even before your eyes have witnessed the manifestation. Every moment you have thought was wasted, every tear shed in secret has been transformed into a seed of power. The soil of your life which seemed barren is fertile now. And the miracle that is being delivered will not be a fleeting experience, it will anchor and expand across your entire existence. This is a cumulative movement of divine orchestration, unseen but undeniable. Doors that were slammed shut, people who turned away, opportunities that passed, heaven is reversing every wrong perception of delay. Nothing is too late, nothing is too broken, nothing is beyond repair. Every detail is being restored, multiplied and aligned perfectly with your highest good. Beloved, the time for lingering in doubt has passed. Michael's presence is so close that if you reach out in faith, you can feel the vibration of the blessing itself. It is heavy with purpose, illuminated with divine certainty and alive with the power of God's word. And while you read this, miracle is shifting realities around you. The environment of your life is changing. The unseen favors are lining up. Even the people who once doubted or underestimated you will see the unmistakable evidence of divine intervention. Take a deep breath and let it settle in, nothing you have faced could have prevented this. Every trial, every season of silence, every moment of wondering if God was present was preparation. You are being made ready for a miracle so expansive that it requires every ounce of your faith to receive it fully. And the more you remain in this current of revelation, the more the light of this miracle permeates every hidden part of your story. Your breakthrough will be recognized immediately by your spirit. You will not have to question, debate, or negotiate it. It will arrive with such clarity that even your doubts will fall silent. Provision will appear, relationships will heal, opportunities will align, and your joy will expand in ways you have not imagined. And Michael, ever vigilant, will stand by to ensure nothing interrupts the flow of this blessing. Beloved child, the miracle is now in motion, and it is already landing in your life. This is not a promise for the future, it is happening now. Receive it with open hands, an open heart and unshakable faith. And know this, the journey that seemed so long, the struggles that felt endless, every silent prayer and every hidden tear have all been counted and transformed into the momentum that brings this miracle directly to you. Step into it fully, for nothing is holding back what God has prepared for you. Every heartbeat you feel right now is a drum of confirmation from heaven. It is the unseen hand of God moving around you, shaping circumstances before your eyes can even perceive them. The currents of this message are alive, vibrating with intention, with precision, with destiny. Do you feel the subtle stirring inside, the gentle tug in your chest? That is Archangel Michael still at your side, not watching from a distance, but actively rearranging every obstacle, every block, every attempt at delay. He is saying, move forward, stay present, receive fully. Nothing can intercept what is already yours. Look around in the invisible realm of your life. Doors you thought were permanently closed are beginning to creak. Paths that seemed blocked, twisting or endless are straightening, illuminated by a light that carries both guidance and protection. Michael's wings are not a symbol tonight, they are a barrier shielding the flow of your miracle from distraction, doubt or disruption. And as you breathe in this message, the alignment of your spirit with heaven's current is palpable. Chains are snapping quietly but irreversibly. Old heaviness is lifting, and the space it leaves is being filled with a calm, steady confidence that you have never known before. What you are feeling is not coincidence. It is not a fleeting emotion or temporary hope. It is heaven touching you directly through these words, commanding the invisible forces around you to bend to your favor. Every sorrow, every pause, every time you thought your prayers were unheard, they were being catalogued in eternity and multiplied for this precise moment. Michael with his sword raised is guarding the pathway for your breakthrough. No enemy, no fear, no human opposition can take what has been prepared for you. It cannot be rerouted or delayed because divine timing is unstoppable. Pause here for a moment. Feel your spirit breathing with this current. The heaviness you once carried in secret is loosening. The doubts that whispered not yet are fading under the weight of truth. And what replaces them is a certainty that rises like sunlight, warming even the coldest, most wounded parts of your soul. This is your reality being rewritten. The miracle that was delayed only to become larger and more undeniable, is now arriving in its fullness. Consider the rivers of provision that have been waiting for you. Each one has been flowing in invisible channels, guided by divine hands. Every blessing that seemed distant, every restoration that was long overdue, is now converging into a single stream directed toward your life with unstoppable precision. Michael himself is declaring, your miracle is not optional. It is inevitable. Do not turn away. Receive it with the awareness that it has been guarded, fought for, and prepared specifically for you. Even the elements of your life that seemed fragmented, relationships, finances, opportunities, purpose are aligning. Each piece is being recalibrated to match the blueprint of heaven. The opposition you faced, the unexpected setbacks, the moments when despair threatened to claim your heart, those were not interruptions. They were protective measures allowing the perfect timing of your release to remain intact. Now as you stay present, as you allow this word to saturate every cell of your being, the locks are falling off doors, the chains are dissolving, and the mountains that once blocked your path are being moved by divine winds. Your spirit may feel a trembling, a quivering, or an unexplainable excitement as these words reach deeper into your heart. That is recognition. Your soul is saying, this is mine, this is finally here. Do not diminish it by rationalizing or doubting. Let it flood into you completely, for this is the manifestation of years of unseen preparation. Every prayer you whispered in the dark, every tear shed in isolation, every quiet hope you kept alive, they are all converging in this hour to create a release that is irrevocable. Look forward with anticipation, not anxiety. What is approaching is not partial, it is total restoration. The areas you believed were irreparable are being redefined. The spaces in your life where absence once ruled are being filled with presence. Where there was lack, abundance is rushing in. Where there was pain, joy is being planted. And in every corner, in every hidden place, a divine justice is being enacted, honoring every act of faith you kept alive even when no one could see. Stay fully in this moment. Let the words sink in. Let the energy they carry pulse through your body. The unseen walls that guarded you from what could have harmed your destiny are coming down. The pathways that were obscured by doubt are clearing. Every spirit, every force, every angelic presence assigned to you is moving now to ensure that nothing interferes with the miracle you are about to fully receive. Think back on the countless nights you wondered if God heard you. On the days when your heart felt too heavy to carry another hope. Every one of those moments was not in vain. They were preparation, calibration, protection. And the miracle which is no longer on the horizon but already pressing against your reality, is designed to overflow every part of your life. It will not come quietly. It will not arrive in pieces. It will come fully, unmistakably, powerfully, and it will stay. Michael says. Do not rush past this. Stay in the current. Receive it fully. Let the full weight of heaven's design descend into you. Your destiny is anchored. Your breakthrough is irreversible. Your miracle is present. And the day will come when you look back on this exact moment and understand that everything changed after this. Everything shifted. Everything aligned. And it was always meant to be yours. They were never doors meant to slow you down, they were meant to redirect you toward what is now standing ready for you. Take a moment and let that sink in. The nights when you questioned your purpose, when the hours felt endless, those were exactly when heaven worked behind the scenes, weaving threads that now stretch into this very moment. Every setback was a brushstroke painting a masterpiece, every pause was part of a rhythm to perfect the timing of your miracle. The heaviness you've carried, the lies whispered into your mind, the voices that tried to convince you God had forgotten you. You may have felt abandoned, but even then Michael stood guard. His wings formed barriers you could not see, his sword protected opportunities you didn't yet know were forming, and his presence ensured nothing could steal what belonged to you. The strength you thought was missing was never yours alone, it was heaven flowing through you, lending courage when your knees trembled, hope when your heart whispered surrender. And now in this season the scales are tipping. Blessings thought delayed, doors that seemed permanently closed, promises you doubted, they are all being released at once. Imagine a river dammed for years suddenly bursting forth, filling every dry place with life-giving water. This is your miracle. It carries not just provision but restoration, not just joy but reconciliation, not just opportunity but transformation. Every piece is exact, every detail intentional, every blessing signed by God. Even those who doubted you will witness the unveiling. They will see the shift not for shame but to confirm to all, including your own spirit, that it was never about their control. It was divine orchestration. Michael says. Do not let their voices make you doubt God's voice. Stand firm. Watch the impossible become inevitable. Every word you read carries power. Each sentence anchors unseen light, activates divine pathways, breaks generational chains, restores legacies, and prepares you for overflow beyond imagination. Feel the vibration in your spirit. That trembling is not fear, it is alignment. Your soul says, "This is real, this is my hour." Even the pieces of your life that seemed lost, broken or heavy are being repurposed for triumph. Betrayal becomes confirmation, delay becomes divine timing, hidden things become testimony. Michael declares, "Every blessing has a defender, every promise a protector, every miracle an appointed hour, and that hour is now." Pause and breathe. The air is thick with purpose, charged with divine momentum. Your heartbeat is synced with the pulse of heaven. Barriers are crumbling even as you sit still. Nothing from your past, pain, tears, disappointment can diminish what is coming. It is eternal and irrevocable. Remember the prayers whispered in darkness. The nights of despair when you still whispered, "God, I trust you." Those prayers were gathered, carried to the throne and stored as seeds. The silence was never absence, it was preparation. God built a table of blessing in the presence of those who mocked, layered abundance until your arms were ready. And now it is here. Provision is pouring. Restoration is sudden. Reconciliation is full. Your role is simple: receive. Stay present. Do not rush or doubt. You may ask, how can all this happen at once? Heaven does not measure blessings by human standards. What seemed impossible becomes immediate. What seemed delayed is accelerated. What seemed withheld is multiplied. Michael says, "Child, the quickening is real. Your miracle is here and already manifesting in unseen ways." Even the exhaustion, doubt and fear dissolve in the presence of divine momentum. Chains that bound generations are snapping. Doors closed for decades swing wide. What you thought was failure is now set up for triumph. Your past has been collected, refined and aligned to create a perfect present and promising future. Let this sink in: the miracle is not conditional. It is fully orchestrated by God. You are the recipient, not the laborer. Your role is to stay open, to lean in, to allow the river of heaven to flow through every corner of your life. Pain, loss, heartbreak and questioning are all transformed into testimony, abundance and celebration. Michael says, "Do not shrink back. Do not doubt. This is your appointed hour. Receive fully, for heaven has bent low to deliver it. Even what you cannot see is moving into place. People, opportunities, divine appointments are aligning. What you have longed for is no longer coming, it is here. Step through in faith." Every delay, struggle and unseen obstacle was preparation. Your miracle is protected, preserved and perfected. The currents of heaven are moving in ways you cannot measure. As they do, your spirit will rise, your heart expand and your life will never be the same. Michael declares, "Child, nothing can stop this. You are the chosen vessel. Receive fully. Walk boldly. Watch heaven's work unfold before your eyes. The harvest you have been waiting for is not distant, it is pressing against your reality even as you read these words. Every sigh you let out, every prayer you whispered in secret, every tear shed in darkness, they are all seeds that have matured into fruit so abundant that your spirit will struggle to contain it. Beloved, imagine a river overflowing its banks, touching every dry field in its path. That is the miracle moving toward you. It is not partial, it is total. It will reach every corner of your life that has been empty or blocked, filling it with the light, love and provision you have longed for. Even now unseen hands are at work. Michael's wings are spreading over areas of your life where fear and doubt once ruled. Doors that seemed permanently closed are creaking open, not slowly but with an unstoppable force. Paths that appeared impossible are being cleared, and the people, opportunities and confirmations you needed are converging in perfect alignment. What seemed like chaos, the confusion, the heartbreak, the waiting, is actually the choreography of heaven preparing you to step into a season so abundant that your past will look like mere practice. Beloved, take a moment and feel it. That subtle shift in your chest, that quiet stirring in your soul, that pulse racing with anticipation, that is recognition. Your spirit knows that you are standing at a divine threshold. What you have been asking for, hoping for, believing for, it is no longer a concept, no longer a prayer waiting in limbo. It is here. It is real. It is tangible even if your eyes have yet to see it fully. The betrayals that once wounded you, the voices that tried to diminish your worth, the disappointments that seemed endless, they are now the proof of your destiny. Each one has been transformed by the hand of God into confirmation that you were never forsaken, that your steps were never unguarded, and that your miracle was never at risk. Michael says, do not let past pain define your present. The very things that tried to break you are now the witnesses of your rising. Those who mocked or underestimated you will see it not for vengeance but as undeniable evidence of heaven's faithfulness. And the beauty of it, beloved, is this: the miracle is not limited to one area of your life. It touches everything. Your health, your relationships, your home, your finances, your purpose. It will not trickle. It will flood. The places that were dry will spring to life. The places that were broken will be restored. The areas that were overlooked will be illuminated. Even the smallest details of your life are being aligned so precisely that one day you will look back and say, every step, every struggle, every pause had a purpose I could not see at the time. Breathe and feel it as you read. Each line is not just information, it is a divine transmission. It is life flowing into your spirit, dissolving the heaviness that has lingered, breaking the chains that have bound your family for generations, opening the doors that seemed locked for decades. Michael is not just delivering a message, he is orchestrating the full activation of your blessing. And what is coming will not be subtle. It will be undeniable, overflowing and uncontainable. Beloved, consider the waiting you endured. Every delay was not a denial, it was preparation. Every silence was not absence, it was construction. Every closed door was not rejection, it was protection. The very obstacles that seemed designed to stop you have actually been the scaffolding of your breakthrough. And now that scaffolding is being removed. The masterpiece of your life, the plan God has for you, is emerging with every divine brushstroke, every thread of light being woven into your reality. Do you feel it? That gentle trembling in your chest. That rising anticipation in your heart. That is not fear, it is recognition. Your soul knows this moment is real. You were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. Every prayer, every whisper, every longing that you thought went unheard has been gathered, multiplied, and now released in abundance. Michael declares, child, do not resist the flow. Do not explain it away. Step fully into what is yours. The time for striving is over. The time for receiving has come. Every day that seemed ordinary was actually part of this divine preparation. Every person who crossed your path, every hardship endured, every heartbreak felt, they all carried you here. And now at last the release has begun. Provision is pouring, healing is saturating, joy is returning, and restoration is covering every area of your life. The miracle is alive. It is breathing in your atmosphere. It is pressing against your doors, your relationships, your home, and your spirit. And when it arrives in full, it will leave no doubt that it came from heaven. Beloved, understand this: nothing from your past can diminish what is now being delivered. Nothing in your present can block it. Nothing in the future can take it away. Your miracle has been preserved, protected, and perfected. Every step you have taken, every tear you have shed, every moment of waiting, it all leads here. And Michael says with unwavering certainty, "Child, receive it. Walk into it boldly. Your destiny cannot be stolen. Your miracle cannot be delayed any longer. It is here, alive and unstoppable. Now feel the current. It is moving through your soul, lifting the heaviness, filling the voids, opening what was closed, restoring what was lost, and preparing you for an overflow so immense that your heart will be amazed. Even before you see it with your eyes, your spirit knows it is true. Stand firm. Receive fully. Lean into every word. The miracle has arrived, and heaven itself has bent low to place it into your hands. Every fear, every doubt, every question that tried to slow you down is falling away. The victory is yours. The blessing is yours. And the proof is unfolding now before your eyes. Beloved, as you remain here and breathe in these words, feel the stirring within your spirit. This is not a suggestion, it is an awakening. Every fiber of your being responds, because the miracle is alive, moving through the deepest chambers of your soul. The heaviness of years is peeling away. The fears that whispered not enough, too late, too far gone, are dissolving. You may not see it all with your natural eyes yet, but your spirit already recognizes the shift. The foundation of your life is being reinforced with heavenly steel. Every step you have taken, every tear, every prayer, every hope that almost gave out, it has all been paving the way for this moment. Michael says, the timing has been perfect, even when it seemed delayed. The delay was never denial, it was preparation. The rooms in your heart that felt deserted, the spaces where dreams seemed buried, are now fertile ground. God is not just giving back what was lost, He is multiplying it. He is taking what seemed broken and making it beautiful. What you once thought was too heavy to carry, He is now lifting and using as proof of His faithfulness. Michael is standing not only as a messenger, but as a warrior and witness. He ensures that nothing and no one can tamper with what is being released. Every word you read is a sword swinging against darkness, a beacon breaking chains, a key unlocking what has been sealed in heaven for you. You are at the center of divine orchestration, and even the air you breathe carries testimony of favor. Your miracle will not arrive quietly. It will not require coaxing or negotiation. It will burst forth like sunlight through clouds, undeniable and impossible to ignore. Doors that seemed permanently locked will open. Opportunities will appear that you didn't see coming. Provision will arrive in ways so precise, so intentional, that you will know beyond doubt it is divine. Those who doubted you, the circumstances that tried to stop you, the long seasons of waiting, they will all bow before the evidence of God's faithfulness. Michael says, "Child, the voices of doubt are replaced by confirmations of divine alignment. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are fully seen." Notice how your heart lifts, even as you read. The trembling you feel is holy recognition. Your spirit is aligning with the invisible flow of blessings. Even what seemed impossible is already in motion. The years of waiting, the storms endured, the disappointments survived, they were not in vain. Every setback was a stepping stone. Every silent moment was preparation. Now the release is unstoppable. Your miracle is fully clothed in purpose, fortified in protection, fully alive in your atmosphere. Michael continues, "Do not step back. Do not shrink from what is yours. You have been marked for this." Every prayer, tear, and act of faith, even the smallest whisper of hope, has been recorded and multiplied. The enemy may have tried to steal, delay, or distort, but none of it succeeded. The blessing is yours, and it cannot be revoked. Receive it fully. Let it saturate every corner of your life. Look closely. You are on the edge of transformation. Every empty space is about to bloom. Generational chains are falling. Old patterns are dismantled. Long-awaited breakthroughs are arriving in full force. Provision, peace, protection, favor and reconciliation converge now, not in trickles, but in torrents. The acceleration you feel is heaven bending time and circumstances in your favor. Michael says, "Child, what seemed distant is arriving. What seemed impossible is taking form. What seemed delayed is imminent. Stand ready and do not turn away. Feel it. The weight on your shoulders for decades is loosening. The doubts whispered into your heart are silenced. The delays that made you question faith are overshadowed by undeniable evidence of favor. Every unanswered question is finding an answer. Every empty place is filling with fullness. And you are the vessel through which God's glory manifests. The miracle is not only for you, it radiates outward, touching those around you, breaking cycles, rewriting legacies, leaving testimonies for generations. Pause and internalize this. Breathe it into your bones. Feel the currents of heaven moving through you. The blessings are real. The protection is real. The timing is precise. The acceleration is unstoppable. The command has been given, what was hidden is revealed, what was delayed is released, what was broken is restored in full. Michael says, "Child, the hour has arrived. Step into it. Receive it. Witness the manifestation of what heaven labored over for your life. Your miracle has arrived. It has touched the soil of your atmosphere, and will not leave until every promise is fulfilled. Do not doubt. Do not fear. Simply remain open. The currents of divine favor are moving powerfully around you, reshaping your life, your future, and your testimony. What seemed impossible is now inevitable. What seemed distant is immediate. What seemed delayed is fully present. Heaven rejoices because you have reached the threshold where faith meets fulfillment.